It's 9 o'clock. Time to dim the lights, settle in close to your radio, and steel your nerves. WIND is taking you on a trip into the realm of the frightening and the bizarre. A trip between the lines of reality with your host, Horatio Dark. We now join the master of the macabre, the antiquarian of the insane, your navigator through the netherworld, Horatio Dark, as he reads between the lines of reality.
Oh, how I do love a nice fire when it turns to the autumn months. I tend to make a nice hot toddy and sit by the fire and just take it all in. The crackling sound, the smell of burning, the warmth. It just sets the mood for the season. Not to mention, it is the best way to dispose of all the bodies. Tonight, we bring you a tale of jokes, of comedy, of murder. Jimmy Birch is a dummy, and Sam Sprecht is a ventriloquist. Together, they are the comedy duo Jimmy and Sammy. People love their shows. But what happens when someone doesn't? Find out on tonight's Dummy Up by Todd Gardner, here on Horatio Dark's Between the Lines.
Every time you go, you take a piece of me with you.
Every time you go, you take a piece of me with you. Thank you very much. Don't be a dummy. Tell your friends, come back and see Jimmy and Sammy opening for the high-stepping Velvet Vixens. Good night, everybody!
Well, Sammy, that was a real humdinger of a show.
I guess it was, Mrs. Litwack.
Enough with the Mrs. Lidwack. Call me Shelley. Now, what's the matter, Bubala? We had some real lively folks out there.
Well, that's one way to say it. There was that one obnoxious heckler. I have no idea why he was going after me like that. And to make matters worse, we only filled half the house. Even with the dancing girls. If that keeps up, Jimmy won't be the only one living in a box.
Aren't you clever? You are always coming up with them, aren't you? But look, we'll fill the house soon enough. Just be patient. It's a brand new act. Stick with me, Bubala. We're just getting started.
I hope so, Mrs. Sorry, Shelley.
I know so. Look, I know we're just getting to know each other, but this old broad has learned some tricks along the way. I have a little suggestion about your act.
Oh, I see. What is it?
Okay, you're the artist, but hear me out. You gotta add a little more pizzazz. Picture, matching, sequined, suits, eh? Eh? Oh, you know, hit him with the old razzle-dazzle, darling. It's what people want nowadays. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you and Jimmy have some real chemistry out there. It's, you know, it's like you share a brain. Now you got me doing it. Feel free to use that in your act.
Sure. We've never heard that one before.
But seriously, you boys should add some flash. Don't be a nebbish, tuck in your shirts, dress it up a little bit. Look like a grown-up and pow, word'll spread like poison ivy on your privates.
Yeah, we'll think it over.
We?
Well, Jimmy and I.
Jimmy? As in the dummy?
That's Mr. Birch to you, Shelley. And perhaps you lovebirds could have your pillow talk somewhere else. I'm trying to saw some logs over here.
Oh, that's adorable, Sammy. You should use that in the act, too.
I didn't say anything. That was Jimmy.
Whatever you say. You're such a cut-up. I swear you ventriloquists are always performing. But hey, I can take a hint. I believe a cosmopolitan is calling my name from the bar.
Sorry,
Is everything okay, boy chick?
Yeah, I guess I'm just tired. But I may see you there. I'm supposed to grab a drink with Lucy.
Ah, well, don't stay up too late, you rascal. We have a big day tomorrow. 2 shows. Oh, and good night, Mr. Birch.
Good night, Mrs. Lidwack. Some agent we got. You should use that in your show? What a blockhead. Sammy, we're destined for great things. I don't think she's the one to get us there.
Shelley means well, Jimmy. I mean, she's doing the best she can. And she's been an agent for a long time.
That may not be enough. She's got to step up her game. Do you want to be the opener for a bunch of showgirls all your life?
Come on, Jimmy. Let it go for tonight, will you? Let's just get out of here.
Let it go? That's what you always do, isn't it? You just let that heckler go on and on and on tonight? You should have showed him who was boss. Or maybe I should have.
I'm sure he was just drunk.
Which means he's still drunk and likely stumbling around the bar.
So what if he is?
Well, you big dummy, perhaps you should find him and give him some private etiquette lessons. I swear sometimes I think you should be the one sleeping in the box.
I couldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, what would I even say?
It doesn't matter what you say. Just teach him some manners.
Well, I am supposed to meet Lucy. So if I run into him, I'll have a talk with him.
That's the spirit, buddy boy. You just keep letting folks. You just can't keep letting folks disrespect you like that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, who the heck does he think he is? I'll be back later.
Ah, enjoy yourself, killer. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. See what I did there? Would and do.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Good night, Jimmy.
Good night, Sammy.
Hello, Lloyd. Just the usual. Thanks.
There you are. I was beginning to think I'd lost you to Jimmy tonight. You shouldn't keep a showgirl waiting, you know.
Never, my dear. I'm yours now and forever. We had a long chat with Mrs. Litwack.
Oh, what did he say?
Mrs. Litwack or Jimmy?
Mrs. Litwack. You know, the only actual human you talk to.
Oh, right, of course. She was saying to be patient and that we'd fill the house soon enough. She also mentioned the act needed pizzazz. You know, the old razzle-dazzle. Matching sequin suits. Can you picture it? Jimmy would hate it.
Well, maybe you should try it. We need to sell out every single show, baby. Every sold-out show gets us closer to our perfect little house in the country, filled with our own little audience. Besides, I can't dance forever, love.
I hear what you're saying, sweetheart. I do. But honestly, the old razzle-dazzle? That's not gonna work for us. Jimmy and I are artists. We have standards. Shelley's an agent, not a performer. Jimmy and I do the shows, and her job is to put the behinds in the seats.
Well, sugar, try not to let it bother you.
I'm trying, my dear, but it's just so hard. Ventriloquism is a dying art. There's not as many gigs out there for folks like Jimmy and I.
See, that's even more reason to listen to Mrs. Litwack.
Jim and I spend a lot of time coming up with new material. We work for hours and hours, and then...
You and Jimmy? As in the dummy?
Well, of course. He's my partner.
But look, I really trust Mrs. Litwack. She's been in the biz for years, and she seems to like a good egg to me. I'm sure she's just trying to help. Just try and meet her halfway, darling. Do it for me.
There you are, you drunken buffoon. Heckle Sammy, will ya? Perhaps I should teach you some manners.
Sammy, what on earth are you doing about? What are you even paying attention to me?
What? Yeah, of course I am.
You just used your Jimmy voice again. You know how I feel about that.
I was? Huh, I didn't even realize it. I'm sorry, honey. Hey, let me get us another round. I'll be right back.
You there! You're the man with the talking doll. You're the one with his stand out of the army with a little man on your lap. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Now, you were wonderful. I was dying. hey, you were really excellent. I really love, hey, pal, really love to get my hands on a backstage pass. I mean, the girls were magnificent. Girls were gorgeous. They're really, well, they're above average. Can you help me out a little bit? Hey, let's freshen your drink for you.
My name is Jimmy Birch. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. You want to meet the Goyles? I'm sure I could make some introductions.
You mean it, buddy? Pal. You do me a solid like that, Hey, for a guy that plays with dolls, you're all right.
The pleasure is all mine, pal. But you have to be really quiet. Come on, the backstage entrance is right through here.
Oh, okay. Oh, shh. Okay. Hey, it's really dark in here.
Just a moment. Stand right there, buddy. I'll find the light switch.
All right. Hey, buddy. Hey, you gonna do anything? You still in here?
I am, but it's curtains for you.
Ah! Oh, what are you doing?
Cause you're
Why are you doing this to me?
Cause you're a lousy bum who gets his rocks off by tearing down decent, kind, and talented folks like my friend Sammy.
Just have a little fun. Ow! Ow, my legs!
Are you having fun now? I'm having fun.
I'm dying!
I guess you'll wind up in a box too, eh? And see, you miserable flesh bag.
Well, I guess Jimmy can't take criticism. I do understand the feeling. I remember I once had a rather vocal detractor. He didn't quite care for my methods, as it were. Well, it may have been because I had him strapped to an operating table and I was going to perform brain surgery on him without an anesthetic. But people can be so harsh.
They sure can be harsh, Horatio. But you know what isn't harsh? Bell dish soap. Yes, Bell dish soap can cut through the greasiest of meshes on dishes while leaving your hands silky smooth. Laboratory tests have shown Bell has the highest grease cutting power of the leading dish soaps. But it doesn't leave your hands rough and chapped from hours of use. So next time you're at your local grocery store, remember to pick up Bell dish soap in the local dish soap aisle. Your dishes have never been cleaner and your hands never softer. Now, back to part 2 of Dummy Up by Todd Gardner here on Horatio Dark's Between the Lines.
Sammy. Sammy. Wake up, Bubba. Call's in an hour.
Thank you, Five. I'm up.
Sorry to barge in like this, but they're waiting. Is everybody decent?
I guess Lucy must have left early this morning. But Jimmy and I are already dressed.
You and Jimmy? That's gold. Like, I was really worried about seeing Jimmy's teeny tiny little schmeckle. I mean, he's not that anatomically correct, is he? You know what? Never mind. You have to get ready. See you downstairs, Sammy. Don't be late.
I said I'll be there. Jimmy, are you there? You awake?
I'm always awake. I was beginning to think you'd sleep forever there, buddy. How was your night?
It was okay. Lucy and I were talking about that house in the country and all the kids she wants. I worry that I won't be able to make that happen for her and she'll leave me. I also had the weirdest dreams. You were there. Lucy was there. And even that heckler was there. It all felt so real.
You don't say.
Give it a rest, Shell. I said we're up.
Samuel Speck, this is Detective Morris. Open up this door. I need to speak with you on an urgent matter.
Oh, it's open, Detective. Shh, not a word, Jimmy. I'll handle this.
Who are you just talking to?
Jimmy.
Who's Jimmy?
He's my partner.
Partner? I don't see anyone in here.
He's right there. He's in the box.
He's in the box.
Yeah.
The box seems awfully small. Is he a contortionist?
He's a dummy, Detective.
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say.
No, Detective. He's a ventriloquist dummy. I'm a ventriloquist. I believe you said there was an urgent matter?
Right, yes. A dead body was found sometime after your show last night.
How tragic. I knew our material was pretty killer, but...
This isn't a joking matter, Mr. Speck.
Well, I'm not sure you're telling us about it. Jimmy and I have no idea of what happened. I mean, accidents happen all the time, especially in dark theaters.
Who said it was in the theater?
Well, you said you found him after the show. I guess I just assumed that's where it happened. There's always some pervert that tries to sneak a peek at the girls.
Who said it was him?
I guess I just assumed that as well.
Be that as it may, that wasn't an accident. The victim was bludgeoned to death. We found a ticket to your show balled up in their mouth. So you say you're a ventriloquist?
Yeah?
And that's your partner there in the box. How does that all work? Is he heavy? I mean, one must be pretty fit to carry him around all night.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother. But honestly, there are shows where it feels like Jimmy is carrying me. Sorry, Detective, I couldn't help myself.
Right. Let me remind you again, this is not a joke, Mr. Sprite. So say Jimmy's in the box. Mind if I take a look? I always want to see how those things work.
I'd love to oblige, Detective, but I don't want to disturb him.
Disturb him.
Well, we are all packed up and we are already late for our call time.
Perhaps another time then, but until this matter's resolved, I wouldn't plan on touring, so let's keep it local. You get me?
I'm booked for the month, Detective. I'm not going anywhere. That's it. I really must go. Jimmy and I are already running late.
All right, Mr. Sprick, break a leg tonight. As if you haven't already.
I'm sorry. What was that, Detective?
Oh, I said, good luck getting ready.
Right. Good luck with your case, Detective.
Well, Sammy boy, looks like he wants to pin this whole mess on us.
Jimmy, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure it was just an accident. And he's just asking everyone that was there if he saw anything. So did you see anything, Jimmy?
I only know what you know, buddy boy. Let's get to call.
Detective Morris, I said I can't talk. I told you I'm running late for call.
It's not the detective, it's me, it's Shelley.
I told you we'd be down for call, but the detective held us up. Let's talk on the way.
Set the box down, darling. Sit down for a second. We have to talk. It's about call. There isn't going to be one.
Was tonight's show canceled? Did they shut down the theater for the investigation?
Not exactly, Boychik. This sort of thing is never easy.
Say, what's on your mind, Shelley?
All right, here goes. The show wasn't canceled. You were.
What? You're joking. What do you mean I've been canceled? We have a contract.
We do. But I had to agree to some clauses about ticket sales, and they want to go in another direction, and legally speaking, they're well within the parameters of the contract to do so.
Another direction? But Shelley, I need this gig. Lucy and I have plans. We want a house in the country with kids. You have to do something. She'll leave me if I can't pull my weight.
I'm sorry. I truly am. I've been trying to sway the show brass all morning. They won't budge.
Well, maybe you should try again and try harder. This isn't fair. Jimmy and I deserve better. He was right. You need to step up your game.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm just gonna lay it all out there. Real talk between you and me. Folks just aren't jazzed about ventriloquist acts. The whole talking doll thing creeps them out.
But Shelley, we're artists. How can people be creeped out? We're really good.
Sammy, you have no idea how many favors I had to call in just to get you this opening gig. I know it stings, but you have to see where I'm coming from. Simply put, vents don't pay rents.
But we've worked so hard.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's nothing personal, Sammy. It's just showbiz. What are you doing? Why are you unpacking? The show's over, darling.
I'm not your darling. I told you my name was Mr. Birch.
Now's not the time, Sammy. You gotta face facts here. Just put on your big boy pants and put the dolls away. Look, I did what I could, but they say you need to be out of this room in 1 hour. I'll let you pack. Sammy, what are you doing?
Sammy's not here, Mrs. Litwack. I sent him away. I thought that you and I should have a little chat.
Ow! Stop it! What are you doing?
Let's just say I'm terminating our contract.
Sammy! Sammy, you're crazy! Stop it! Let me out of here! You aren't well, Sammy. Come on, we can get you some help.
It's Mr. Birch, and I think we've had just about enough of your help.
Ow! I'm not begging you!
What? Is this too much of the old razzle-dazzle? Sorry, it's nothing personal. It's just showbiz.
No!
Well, now, that Jimmy sure does have a way with the ladies, doesn't he? Reminds me of the time I had a first date with that lady. It was at the morgue. Well, that's where I found her anyway. We had a candlelight dinner. Oddly, though, she didn't touch her food. Dead girls can be so peckish.
They sure can be, Horatio. But do you know what else is an aberration against man and nature? Communism! How can you keep communist menace at bay? With truth dollars. That's how. Your truth dollars fight communism in its own backyard, behind the Iron Curtain. Give truth dollars and get in the fight. Support the war effort. Send your truth dollars to Crusade for Freedom, care of your postmaster. And now, back to the thrilling conclusion of Dummy Up by Todd Gardner, here on Horatio Dark's Between the Lines.
Hey, Sammy boy, you might want to wake up. Things are about to get real interesting.
Hey, Jimmy. What is it? What's going on? Oh, God. Mrs. Litwack. Jimmy, what happened to her?
This is Detective Morris, Mr. Sprecht. Open this door or I'll break it down.
You can't come in. Oh, God, Jimmy, you're covered in blood. What happened to you? Wait, what have you done? Did you do this?
This is your last chance, Mr. Sprecht. Open the goddamn door right now.
I can't. I didn't do this. You must believe me. I don't know what happened.
Put down the doll, Mr. Sprecht.
He's a dummy.
Right. Put the dummy down.
I can't. He's the only friend I have now. Oh God. Lucy, how can I face her? Jimmy, what have you done?
Mr. Sprecht, put down the dummy. We need to talk and I don't want to hurt you.
Mr. Spreck had to step out for a moment. I'm Mr. Birch, but I'd be happy to relay any messages you might have.
Knock that off, Mr. Sprecht. I'll fire my weapon if you don't put down that dummy.
You won't shoot us. You can't shoot us with stars. Sammy and I are going places.
You're not a star, Sammy. You're a sick man and you're a murderer. At least 3 people. This ends now. Drop the dummy.
I've tried. I mean, Sammy has always been somewhat of a disappointment. But between you and me, he never stands up for himself. But I love the guy, so what are you gonna do? I just watch over him and then step in where things get to be too much.
Stay where you are. Don't take another step. It doesn't have to end this way. Just put the dummy down and walk over here, son. Let me help you.
Help me? We don't need your help. We didn't need Mrs. Litwack's help either, and we certainly did not need that flesh bag of a heckler. Everyone is trying to keep us down, and poor sweet Sammy. Sammy was gonna give up everything for Lucy. She wanted a house in the country with a gaggle of kids. I could tell that she wanted me out of the picture. I couldn't let that happen.
Final warning, son. Put down the dummy, raise your hands, and walk backwards towards me.
You don't understand, Detective. Sammy and I are destined for greatness. Why do people want to get in our way?
I'm sorry, son. The world is a cruel place, but you have to let the dream go. They all think you're a joke, a one-liner at best. You'll never be a star unless you count the talent at the contest at Sing Sing. So don't take another step. One more and I'll drop you like a bad habit.
It seems that everyone's a critic. Get ready for the big finish. Geronimo!
Jimmy, are you there?
I'm here, Sammy. I gotcha.
What happened? I don't feel so good.
The detective shot us.
Why? Why would he do that?
I'm afraid I haven't been honest with you. I killed some people.
What? Why would you do that?
Well, I killed that damn heckler, then Shelley.
No. Why?
For us. I was protecting us, Sammy boy. We were gonna be great. No one was gonna stop us.
Jimmy, where's Lucy? I have to see her.
Shh, Sammy, she's gone too. It was her or me, and I couldn't let it take you away.
Oh God, Lucy! I loved her.
I know you did, and I'm really sorry, pal. But you and I forever, right? Hey now, wake up. Stay with me. The show must go on, right? It's the final act. Do you have one more song in you, buddy?
I'm so cold. I can't.
Come on, buddy boy. One more time. For old time's sake.
Okay, Jimmy. Just one more.
There you go, champ. You start.
Every time you go, you take a piece of me with you.
Every time you go, you take a piece of me with you.
It looks like Jimmy and Sammy got their final curtain call. It's a shame the only audience they had was the Grim Reaper. I do hope he's a fan of ventriloquism. I have heard he has quite the sense of humor. Next time on Horatio Dark's Between the Lines, Villerton is a small town. It has a general store, a diner, and a barber shop. The kids all go to the school on the hill. It's your average heartland town, picturesque in every way, until one day they are visited by a stranger from another land, a stranger from the land where people have feet where their hands should be.